Hello, people, and welcome to Content Breaker. We are here breaking content as we normally do in these recordings. I am your host, Static Dreads, joined by Zog and Strangely Entertaining, whose name I always almost forget.
That's fine. We've only ever said
and
it
as you can
500
see,
times.
we are missing someone. Craig is not with us today. Neither is our boy, Kelz. He's got some stuff to take care of, so we're going to leave it at that. But do you know what is here? New Amazon original, Vox Machina, The Legends of...
the Critical Role show that finally got made.
Yes, I didn't know it was in purgatory for the while being, but knowing how things work in animation, I just assume everything is in purgatory. For however long everything's in purgatory. Yeah. So... but yeah, let's get into it. Vox Machina debuted January 28th over on Amazon Prime?
Yes.
Yeah, 28th.
I think it came out a couple days earlier.
Batches. No, it was the 28th.
Okay.
Yeah. It premiered January 28th with the first 3 episodes coming out, and February 4th, when we were originally told it was going to come out. And by told, I mean, one of us barely did any research and gave us the 4th as a date. The second batch of 3 episodes came out. So we're talking about the first 6, and there is another batch of 3 episodes coming out on the February 11th.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it was slated to come out the 4th on first, is what I saw in the trailer. I think they just bumped it up because even when I looked it up, it said it was releasing. So you know what?
Yeah.
Whatever.
When you told me the first 3 were already out, after watching those, I looked up some stuff Critical Role themselves were talking about, and they said the premiere was January 28th. So
I mean,
they even have watch parties for this thing, so they can watch it with the fans.
No, I'm saying watch parties. I'm all here for it. It could have been Amazon's advertising, considering they didn't really advertise Invincible until the 6 episodes. So, I mean, I've seen pretty fair advertising for Vox Machina, I gotta say. I think the only reason it didn't trend on Twitter is because that was the day Tom Brady's retirement got leaked. So the internet was on about that.
Yeah,
bad timing.
To be fair, we are all tired of him. So
yeah, and then these episodes dropped, and then it was picking up a little traction. Then that Demon Slayer episode broke the internet, and then Aaron Yeager was like, "This is Aaron Yeager," and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" So you know how that goes. Yeah. But anyway, Vox Machina is correct. It's from the people over at Critical Role. They're a group who does D&D stuff on YouTube and whatnot. And this is their first campaign, I believe.
Yes, it's the story of the first campaign.
Vox Machina is the first campaign that this group of very famous voice actors did on their live stream. They're on their 3rd one now, I believe.
Yes.
But they run these things for years at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to condense everything that happened into this, not this season, but in this one show. So the writing's going to be a bit different than what you would, hear over the streams.
That's fair.
I tried. I wanted to actually get into the Critical Role. I was like, oh, this looks like a fun watch. And I go look, I'm like, 4 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours. I'm like, how many 99 episodes? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is longer than One Piece.
No,
I know, not
a quarter of the time.
I'm just like, this is a lot of time to.
I mean, 99
watch
times
streams.
4. How many? I'm gonna do the math on it.
I don't actually know how many episodes. I can actually go look it up.
Oh, this man said 99, like it was actually 99.
I was just okay. Hold on. Let's see.
Just bridging lies out there.
Well, look at it this way: they do these session of their campaign once a week, and from what I understand, they don't really stop doing this stuff. They're continuously doing it. So they've been going on for, 5 years at this point, maybe longer.
I
Actually,
wonder with
probably
them
longer. I
all.
think they started in like what 2013 or so.
I wonder with them all being like voice actors, like how they make the time to do this consistently for like however long they've been doing this, years.
Uh,
Maybe I could look it up
as
on the
voice
Wikipedia
actors,
one.
they could literally just set up a studio in their own house and just
You're right.
record their
You're
stuff,
right.
send it in. So they never really, as long as they live within the same vicinity, they can just meet up and do it.
I keep forgetting. Like, I've recently learned a lot about like anime voice actors. So now my brain is like stuck with them foremost and their routines. And they traditionally do like table reads when they do the voice acting stuff. So now I'm like,
these guys are big anime voice actors.
no, I mean like Japanese speaking voice actors.
And the process is the same thing.
It is not. I learned.
9 times out of 10, you do
it.
meet up. You do meet up and do a table read in person. But as COVID has taught many of these people, and many of us, you don't have to.
I know you don't have to. But that's just the way that, like, yeah.
Anyways,
yeah.
The last chapter they have that closes at 115 episodes.
For campaign 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
and like each of those
that
streams
would
are like
2 years.
Minimum 3 hours, 2 hours long, something like that. And I was like, kind
of makes sense.
Maybe when I retire.
Typical D&D.
Yeah.
Maybe when you retire. Oh my gosh.
They're going to be on like campaign 10.
Don't be a wimp. Start now. But yeah, so yeah, the story of the Legend of Vox Machina. Sorry, I got to put some respect on Vox Machina's name. Is the Critical Role campaign that is being transitioned over into animation and is produced by Amazon Prime. I'm so used to Netflix producing everything at this point.
Gosh, Netflix.
They greenlight too much.
Yeah. But it follows our group, Vox, who are kind of like a bunch of downtrodden adventurers. You know, you got the classes of D&D, like a rogue, a archer, a mage, all that. And our group is kind of, downtrodden out because of circumstance. And they are a really good example of, like, even quoted in... I believe this is the fuck around and find out mentality.
Love that mentality.
So
it's the best mentality.
Yeah. So we kind of see the little, like, their coming of age story. That's what it feels like. Like I said, we're on episode 6, so we're still kind of towards the beginning. We just saw the first arc, and now we're on the second arc, like maybe halfway through it, and where we got left at episode 6, I'm like, yo, what is going on?
Yeah. As far as the campaign goes with all their sessions and everything, episodes 1 and 2, and I think it's really just 1 and 2 are the stuff they did before they started streaming. They had already started this game long beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But from the episode 3 onward, if you watch the streams and this, you'll basically be getting the same story in 2 different mediums.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay.
It basically
so I know
starts with how the team works together, and then moves on to Percy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we're on arc 2 because there's arc 1 and then arc 2. There's about 5
joined
arcs.
Percy.
Well, we're getting Percy's backstory and everything.
Oh yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Percy.
Yeah, we're getting this is why Percy arc.
Yes. I'm tempted to watch Critical Role because, like, I want to know some stuff. Like, I feel like there's some, stuff between certain characters. I'm like, is this just throwaway, or is this stuff that's actually happening? So,
there's plenty of Easter eggs calling back to the streams.
There's a hell of a lot of Easter eggs. I looked up a few.
I know the stuff with the door is an Easter egg, and I was like, hell
yeah.
Yes. This isn't a door.
This cursed door.
Evil.
No, I definitely could see. I'm like, he kept rolling bad.
Oh yeah,
part. I love it.
As someone who actually likes to watch D&D streams, I keep looking at these. I'm just like, that was a nat 20. That was a nat 1. That was like a 15. Just going
He
through
fell
it.
out the window.
Yeah, but there are some things, especially with like the romantic love interest and whatever. They're trying to foreshadow some of that stuff now because it does happen later. But if you're not paying attention, it might just sneak up on you.
Mm.
Yeah, I know who I'm rooting for. Which you guys might be surprised who I'm rooting for, but I'm like, you know what?
Let me guess. The shop merchant in Vax.
How did you know? Love is love. But no, that's not. Yeah, I know that Kelz, if he edits this, is probably going to take a lot of stuff out. But you left us here alone on our devices, so.
Oh no!
Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, no. So
what I'm hearing is we don't give him too much, so he can't cut everything out.
Yeah. So quickly before we get into like the spoilers, what you guys recommend Vox Machina?
Hands down, yes.
Sure. I mean, it's a fun time. I like it so far.
Up, I see this on DVD. I'll pick it up.
Man
This
said,
is some
sure.
good shit.
Yeah, I think it's really good too as well.
I mean, don't show your kids, but yes.
Show your kids.
Fuck that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, okay. How old are
Strange.
kids we talking? Because if we're talking 5 and under, yeah, I agree with you. But
Yeah, Strange. Don't
if they're
ever
like-
let me babysit your
if
kids.
they're like 10-year-olds going on into their teens, fuck it.
Strange. Don't ever let me babysit your children. They're gonna be like, Dad, what's a Batosai? And why did Uncle Static like get me one for my birthday?
You got him a person for his birthday. Damn, how'd
Yes.
you pull that off?
Well, I asked Strange in another chat how to like purchase things.
No.
Or
So it all
well-
comes back to him. It's still his fault. I see.
yep. But we'll get into that off air. We can't really talk about that
Oh, goodness.
on air for obvious reasons. But yeah,
Find
so
nothing.
go and check out Vox Machina, and then come back and watch the rest of this because we're about to get into spoilers. So
watch the rest
spoilers.
of this and then go watch the show. I don't care what order you do this.
Okay, so
You
spoilers
just gotta
and
do both.
all right, guys. So I am 100% favorite line was, "What's the matter with your bitch face?" This isn't even this isn't even my bitch face. Like I have a great bitch
You
face.
great bitch face.
that was
So
I love the energy with these people.
So when they fought the dragon, just getting back into the overview, so they go and they fight the dragon and it demonstrates teamwork. Did you guys see the dragon being I saw who the dragon was a mile away. Like that just was like I was like, okay, there's this diversion of it being this dark elf, but then it's this Irish
We got the green skinned dark elf being the red herring, so it literally must be the last person you think of.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it has to be someone with some talking lines. So it's either the blonde haired chick or the head of the guard.
I thought it was the king. Just kidding. No,
No, not Aqualad.
or Cyborg. I was like I was just waiting for him to say booyah the whole time. I was like, say it.
Come
Say
on.
But no.
Only at the end of this arc, he'll go booyah.
Lord, I knew it was. What is his name?
Honestly, I couldn't. The king?
The voice actor for the Blue Dragon.
Oh, David Tennant.
Yeah, David Tennant. I was like, okay, David Tennant's not just going to be a throwaway character. He's going to be some semblance of importance. So I'm going with this being the dragon. And then as soon as like it got revealed, I was like, I knew it because David Tennant. He wasn't a part of the main group, so he was going to be like. And that's what. And David Tennant has a track record for always voicing characters and then dying super soon. Like, what's that show called with the robots and Michael B. Jordan and Rooster Teeth?
Oh, Genlock?
Genlock, yeah. So
Oh.
that happened with Genlock.
He lasted halfway through that one, and then he came back as another character. So,
I mean, yeah. But
plus he's Scrooge McDuck, who lasted through the whole series. So,
yeah, I mean,
and when he was the Purple Man, he was the main villain for a season. So, yes, he did die, but he still made it through the season.
He survived.
I know, but, like-
survived a season.
listen, man, I had that David Tennant vibe. So, enjoyed that, the whole fight with that. And then moving into this, like, Whitestone stuff. I'm like, okay, we're getting vampires. Yeah, I'm like, we're getting vampires. I think she's a witch. Vibe.
As soon as I saw the carriage,
necromancer.
Yeah, she's like a black mage necromancer, like dark mage.
She's a straight up necromancer.
Which, by the way, episode 4.
I kept wondering who Matt Mercer was going to voice primarily in this show.
Who do you voice?
Matt Mercer. He's Silas Briarwood.
That's right. Okay,
but he's also the dungeon master for Critical Role. So
he is.
He's basically the Stan Lee for this universe.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we don't get a Matt Mercer over like narrator kind of thing. Like, oh, that was a missed opportunity.
They had to find different people to do all the parts. They couldn't just have him. They couldn't put him in the booth all day and just be like, do everything.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
You're Steve Bloom now. Get over. But what were you saying?
I think
strange about episode 4.
No, yeah. So, I really liked episode 4 with the zombie ghost, the wraiths or something. Like the effects of them like popping up through the walls and everything and making everybody like just ooze blood out of their body. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Blood. Yeah.
That was so dark.
It was dark.
I was actually watching something with them, like it was like a post show to them reacting to the episodes and everything, and I believe is the guy who plays Scanlan, I forget, Sam Riegel. He was actually talking about how they had to keep telling the animators, "No, do more. We want to see blood," and I guess finally the animators were just like, all right, fine. You want me to hurt him? I'll hurt him. It just made it the most gruesome shit.
Lord Jesus. But now I very much enjoyed that as well. I thought that was a good animation choice. It kind of reminded me, like, ironically, of the Teen Titans and Trouble in Tokyo movie with like the brush up gun stuff. Like just how like that was like that splattered black paint that looked like blood everywhere. I was like, okay, you know, this is what it's reminiscent of. Cool. No, I really enjoyed that.
This is blood.
Yeah. So, how would you guys compare this? Since this is, you know, on a streaming service, on the same streaming service is one of the other GOATs that we watched last year, which I can still consider a contender of animation of the year. And Invincible, and also, you know, Arcane. Like, how will you, like, is it fair to compare the Legend of Vox Machina to those? Like, how do you feel about it?
I think so.
In terms of just animated products, yeah, I'd say it's fair to compare them. But that's such a wide spectrum that it's hard to compare everything. This one being its own traditional, like, fantasy realm kind of thing, it makes it a little harder to, like, compare it to a more steampunkish kind of like environment like Arcane, or a modern day setting like Invincible. But I can honestly say I love how the animation looks consistent in almost every frame and every scene, and still hits super smooth and super vibrant. It's amazing. I love the animation in this show, whereas something like Invincible, you see the 3D backgrounds and sometimes you can take you out of it because it doesn't match with like what the character. But yeah, that's the show they got, and this is the show we have here, so it's kind of hard to compare them.
Okay, what about you, Kelz? Or Strange? Sorry.
No, if comparing it to Invincible, of course, I'd have to see like where they end off. Like, was this an overall good story so far? I'm pretty much I'm liking it. I actually like the sort of twist we got near the end of this episode. I was like, like, you know, I'm like, that's interesting.
I was like, of course she belonged to the streets.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, you know,
no, she does.
We don't know where she belongs right now. She might belong in the ground.
Maybe. I don't know. I think overall, I think it's a little more crude than Invincible, funnily enough. I mean, We haven't seen incredible. Yeah, I know. We haven't seen like incredible like violence like Invincible. Like the violence in Invincible is like all the way up here.
I mean, we've seen some pretty. We've seen
not stuff, but like
we haven't seen Omni-Man shove someone into a train, which that will forever be on the iconic.
Yeah,
fuck around if you want to energy.
There's still some like
but
stuff.
We saw someone get their head bashed with a hammer and their brains fall out.
Yeah. No, like okay. Well, overall, but again, might have to wait.
We're not
might have
see
to
anything on the destructive scale as Invincible until these characters hit like level 19. Right now, they're on like level 3.
Oh wow! No,
it's gonna take a while.
But I don't know. It's if you liked Invincible, I'd say this is a good thing to watch to like scratch your itch, even if you're just the least bit curious. You know, like if anybody's like, man, I wish Invincible season 2 was here. Like, well, here's something to tide you over.
Tie you over.
Yeah. It's
but,
it's gory.
That being said, you might look forward to season 2 with this more than you do in season 2 of Invincible.
Yeah, No, I'm already looking forward to season 2. I know what happens a little bit in the Critical Role campaign too. I think everyone's gonna love Jester because, but Jester.
Oh, that's campaign 2.
Yeah, that's campaign 2.
They do love Jester.
Yes.
If we get to campaign 2, oh Lord, that would be great.
All I can say, just
odds are
cupcakes.
It's gonna take like 5 years if we even get a chance to do that.
I mean, I would imagine they would make this, and seeing as the success has already been pretty like there. I feel like they'll get it funded, and I feel like there'll be a demand for it, especially with like
actually pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, didn't Amazon, since they're producing it, aren't they picking it up?
They're just distributing, or like having it on their streaming service. They didn't really have a hand in like actually making it.
Okay, I feel like knowing Amazon is seeing the demand for like adult animation increasing due to Arcane and Invincible and Castlevania, which people have been discrediting Castlevania a lot nowadays. We gotta put their name back in the respect. I feel like this is in good hands. I feel like it'll be safe to see. And for me, how this compares to the other, like it does have like that crude aspect, like Strange said. Like I kind of really like that Invincible and Arcane. And even so, like, Castlevania didn't really rely too much on, like, the crudeness, even though Castlevania did have the Belmonts saying some Belmont stuff, which I do love. And I love it in this, too. It's like the different...
insane worlds where you could die at any moment. Why am I going to let it censor me?
Yeah, so, and I do love, like, this is what I love. I love that this turns out, like, because even though this does have crudeness in it, I love that this isn't like a... Don't get me wrong, because I enjoy a good South Park episode as much as the next guy, but I'm glad it's not like South Park or, or this show I haven't even seen, I've just heard of, called like Big Mouth, which just looks like it's disturbing.
It's Big Mouth.
Or gonna be disturbed. That is part of just what the Big Mouth is.
Or the show that me and Zog watched about something PD, Paradise PD. Yeah,
that is just an abomination.
Yes, that is horrible. So
I will grant you season 1, kind of funny.
Yeah.
Season 2, okay, I see this as a Family Guy kind of thing. It's going to last longer than it should, but it's going to be kind of funny consistently. 3 and onward, that shit got disgusting.
I don't know.
Paradise PD.
That got disgusting.
Don't watch it, Strange. Like
I'm not going to watch it. This one.
Wow.
It's pretty horrible. But anyway, I feel like I should get a mic stand. Just second thought. But anyway, I feel like this has a good place among the Invincibles, among the Arcanes and the Castlevania, because it's like a different like kind of vibe and energy to it. So I really enjoyed it. I'm really here for more of it. I can't wait to watch these next 6 as it comes out. But I will say, this has shown me the folly of another show.
Really?
So, yes. So Vox Machina, Invincible, and all these other shows have shown me something that I know is missing. Ruby needs to incorporate more adult aspects. No, I feel like that's how you can save it. Like, and I don't mean to make this like a Ruby, like anything. No disrespect to the Ruby fans out there. Slight disrespect to the writers out there, because y'all know what y'all doing. or you don't, obviously. But anyway, so enough away from the Ruby stuff. But I feel like Ruby needs more adult aspects in it. Like, I'm not saying like sex and things like that, but I'm just saying like I don't know who Ruby is catering to or who Ruby is for anymore. Like at first I knew back when the Monty stuff was there, I knew this was for like lovers of like action and kind of like nerds and just people like that. But now I'm just like, is Ruby trying to make a statement? Is Ruby trying to be for the kid that doesn't have friends in the back of the lunchroom? Is Ruby trying to be for the people who are like pro message of some sort? Like, what is it for? Like, and all these shows are saying, yeah, we're for us and for what we want. And Ruby doesn't really have that anymore. And why I took time out to, like, kind of bash Ruby, because I kept thinking, man, Ruby would be so good. Like, if it incorporated some of these other aspects, these other shows, because we all watched Ruby. We all enjoyed it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you're bashing it as much as, like, you care about it. You just want to see it be better. But,
yeah,
you know, but also I think Ruby's for... they just want to bring back characters and then kill them off again. You know, that's how that
only
works.
have to bring them back for 2 seasons.
Yeah. But anyways.
Yes, anyway. So, let's get into some of the characters of Vox Machina. And right off the bat, let's start with Vex.
Wait, Vax or Vex?
Yeah, Vex or Vex?
Exactly. I kind of like that trope that they had going on. Like, which one of you is Vex? I am. So, the two twins, the Rogue and the Ranger, who kind of had like a checkered past, grew up with some shady stuff and escaped some shady stuff.
Basically, they were, I can't remember if they were royalty or not, but they were part of a nice little home, got destroyed by a dragon, one grew up in the forest, and one decided to go to the streets.
Okay.
And that's how they grew up. That's why one's a ranger and one's a rogue.
Okay, I thought they were together.
They'd often meet up and whatnot, but the way they learned how to live was in different environments.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So Vexalia, yes.
One voiced by Laura Bailey.
Yes, she exudes Step On Me energy, so I'm just gonna go and get that out of there.
Does.
Very much so.
And she's voiced by one of the goats.
Why are we splitting up? Because shut the fuck up, man. It's just like, all right, okay, okay. I'm just like, yeah, this is. I could see myself as a Voxman.
She has a pet bear.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, can she talk to animals?
Yeah, she can.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what
Most rangers can't. They have to cast a spell for it in D&D, but I don't know. They may make it a permanent thing with this.
Yeah. Okay.
But who knows?
So, yeah, no, I really enjoyed her character, and her archer, and just like she was like kind of the. I know there's no leader, but definitely kind of the leader. I feel like
her.
Yeah. So, I'm here for it. I don't want to know about any things that I just read by accident on the wiki. Oh, hey man, I'm very literate. I can't help it. Okay, I don't know what you want from me.
Don't read it.
I was going down
what you're reading. I'm just looking at the cast list.
Yeah, I need to go to the cast list. I need to get away from this pain. So yeah, no, and then we got her brother Vax, who is a rogue, like you said, who has a super cool ability to bring his weapons back to him after he, shoots people with them. So
he only needs like 1 or 2 knives.
Yeah, which even though he has a plethora, favorite scene with him was by far trying to get into the dang door and could not get into the door. That was
it's bloody cursed door.
I actually looked up the stream to a comparison video of the stream to that scene, and no, literally they even act out a scene where Scanlan's holding the knife while he picks at the lock. The door open.
Yeah, no, that's pretty great. I can't even lie.
Just kept rolling one. It's like, why am I rolling so low? And then Matt Mercer's probably just like, and the door opens, but you get pee thrown on you. Or maybe they just added that last part in. But the door magically opens.
They kind of added that part in.
Yeah, that was funny though.
And then Percival at the top, I fell out the window. So yeah, Percival is another character. We're kind of in his arc right now.
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out what's going on with him and the witch doctor mask. Yeah, I'm like, what is
That's cool.
Yeah.
Was it I saw
Your
the
soul
name
is
of what
forfeit.
I think they call it. I think, don't quote me on it, but I think he is probably my favorite character. I just like his design in the show. He's got the trench coat, and he's the only one with a gun. He's got a gun. Blows people's hands off.
He's the one who knows high society.
High society.
Yeah, no, I rock with him and his fact that his gun has like people's names on it that he's got to kill. I'm like, this is some like not Punisher, but
It
yeah, they do.
does. Yeah.
This is no, but it disappeared when he actually shot one of them and killed him. So
Yeah.
is it just like something in his head? Is that something magical? Did he or are they carved in there? What's it?
I mean, considering we
a
saw
lot of
the
things.
black smoke coming out of the witch doctor mask, I feel like it's all magical. But you know, it. Yes, Zog, you don't have to disagree with me. The name's real freaking good. Jesus. So, anyway, moving on to Pike, who took a detour to
religious
go
zealot.
find herself. Yes, the
Poor
cleric
Pike.
of the
It's
group.
like, to be fair, she's still really cool.
Yeah, I like the friendship between her and Grog, which is
That
It's
is-
so funny, Grog. Oh, Pike. Yeah.
why do we constantly have drinking games with a guy twice our size? Fastest way to get drunk.
Okay.
He is.
But yeah, no, I really enjoy Pike. I like that she's on a kind of a side quest, to go kind of find herself and get in touch with the Everlight. I like how that's happening, and her being the voice of Terra, like she's voiced by the voice of Terra from Teen Titans, which is really
Ashley Johnson, yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, every time she says something, I'm like,
Oh, that's where that's familiar. Yes!
He's just like, I know that now.
Ah!
I get
every
that.
time I heard her talking, I'm just like, you did Beast Boy so dirty. And I'm just like, and
Hey, that wasn't her fault.
it took me like 3 episodes to get past that. I'm not gonna lie, because she was like, guys, like especially the scene when she was like crying when she's like, I can't see the Everlight, like, and you can't see Beast Boy either.
Is that why you called me and said, Caleb, I don't know if I could do this anymore.
I was just because I'm just like I was one of the most hoed moments in animation for me is when like Beast Boy got left in the stone. Then Terra was like, I'm sorry, I don't remember you. I'm like, Cap, you have to know who this is. But maybe she don't. I don't know.
Yeah,
that was the
well,
writers
the
of
show
Teen
got
Titans.
canceled, and we're never gonna find out.
Well, thanks, Zog.
Fuck you, Cartoon Network.
Yes. Seriously, though, 100%. But anyway, so moving on from Pike, we got Silas Briarwood, who is
currently our main villain.
yes, and I read the wrong. No, I didn't. Why is he in the main cast? Oh yeah, he's in the main cast.
Because
So
he's Matthew Mercer.
yes, he's Matthew Mercer, aka Silas
writer.
Briarwood. Yes.
The head writer, the DM of the original campaign, and originally basically every NPC we'd come across.
Yeah, so he's pretty interesting. Silas is a pretty interesting character. Who is a vampire who gotta wreck stuff. He's here, but I'm like, yeah, you're not part of Vox Machina, so. But you are important to.
Oh, but they're coming for him.
Yes, and they're gonna find him. So then you got, Keyleth, the Air Ashari,
Air Ashari. Yeah.
Air Ashari, who I really like Keyleth's character. I really like how,
I'm just still thinking, shh, 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 shh.
yeah, like,
I like how powerful she is, but how that's like a juxtaposition to how naive she is.
yeah.
She
I was
acts
so
innocently.
I was so mad. I understand why she couldn't kill the dude with the hammer. Like, it had to be Percival who did it. But man, I was wishing when she turned into that tiger, I'm like, just let her maul him, bruh.
Right.
Put down the shields, put down your inhibitions, and
just eat.
yes, just let it happen. No, Keela is a really strong character. I enjoy her. Like, it's good to have that lack of confidence or that character with the lack of confidence, is going to find themselves. And I have a theory that she's going to end up with another one of the group, but could be wrong. I don't want to make the same mistake I made with another person I looked at and saw what was happening at the end of that. So I'm not going to do that. And And then Scanlif Shorthall, who
Scanlan?
like
I love Scanlan.
might be my favorite character. I don't know. It's between him and the rest of the cast of Vox Machina. So but Scanlif is just, oh my gosh, Scanlif is that character that he's what I feel like they tried to make Peter Dinklage's characters in Game of Thrones. Except not really. Well, like the other side.
With Peter Dinklage's character, he was smart and horny.
Yeah.
They leaned more toward the smart. This one's leaning more toward the horny.
Yeah. Which I'll take, It was like, I love when he had his plan to save the rebel leader. He was like, I'm gonna take one of these potions. I know what it's gonna do. It's gonna make me super attractive. Can track all the guards. And one of the guards was like a male. Like, he just didn't care. He's like,
he wants to bed everybody. He does not
care.
Something.
Another. People are making a hell of a lot of videos, talking about the Easter eggs and everything for this. In his former blah blah blah. Words are hard, guys.
Yeah.
In his formal attire and everything, when they're going to the party, he has all the colors of the pansexual flag, as in he wants to fuck everything, which fits in perfectly well with his character.
Because he does, which is funnily a stereotype for bards, really. Anything that has two legs.
I think that's kind of the point with this one. I think he wanted to just make the character that is the epitome of that stereotype.
I'm a bard. I do what bards do. I try to seduce locks. Doesn't always work.
Honestly, to be fair, in D&D, charisma is the only stat that bards need.
You're right.
It's the only stat you need to actually make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pretty fun bard. Probably one of the funnest bards that I've seen in a while. I like how he uses big, Green Lantern energy, but like purple, slightly.
Oh yeah, Scanlan's fist.
Yeah. And then I wonder what he's gonna be able to do when he levels up, because now we see that he can do kind of plethora of things. So I'm like, what else will he be able to do as the series progresses? That's something I'm very kind of curious about. But yeah, and lastly, but definitely not least, we got Grog, who is, Grog Strongjaw is just the son of a giant or half giant or something.
And he's like half giant.
He's a half giant.
Hey, Grog, you could talk to these guys, right?
He's a big, lovable doof of the team, and God, I loved Grog. He's probably my favorite character.
Yeah, he's like a super violent.
The stereotypical barbarian walks into a bar, wants to literally murder everything and leave.
I love that they go down into the cellar and he's just like, barrels, ale. What?
Where's the ale?
Cracks it open. What is this hell?
So, yeah, they took everything. Even though he's like, I'm gonna murder everybody. Yeah, no, that
finds another barrel of booze. Grog, throw the booze, but I just got it.
That scene, and then you had when he was fighting the dragon, and he's like, what was your best kill moment? When he ripped the tongue out of
he bit and ripped the tongue out of a Tarrasque, I guess. I don't know what that thing was.
Yeah. Oh my
God.
I was
thinking what it was, because I didn't.
I was thinking of another moment when they are breaking to the dragon's stronghold, whatever home dude's name is. And what is it? Is it Scanlan's in there? He's like, hey, can you bring me back? Or is it Grog or is it Scala who's like, hey, can you bring me back a drink? And Vex is like, no, I'm not gonna bring back a drink. And he's like, what do you want?
No, okay, no. It
sandwich.
Was Scanlan and Grog. Grog was one asking for a sandwich, and Scanlan was like, I'm going to get the others to raid this guy's house. Why would I get you a sandwich? He gets all sad and mopey, and he's just like, all right, fine. What do you want on it?
Yeah, no, I love that exchange right there. But I really liked the characters. I really liked how, where they're starting off. This definitely feels like a coming-to-age story. They don't have it all together, and they just kind of, did a thing and made it work, and now they're still going, I wonder, are they going to go through each person's past and, kind of write whatever happened? Like, right now they're in Percival. Next, are they going to go to where the twins are from if they've got some lingering stuff? Or are they going to get back Homegirl into her kingdom?
They all got lingering things going on.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Grog. I think Grog's cool. But then
Grog's just along for the ride.
Then again, his story also ties into Pike's, so who knows? But yeah, I'm very interested to see what all they're gonna do, especially since how long Critical Role has been out. If you look up anything D&D, you kind of absorb a little bit of what Critical Role's doing.
Yeah.
So, I do know some things. I'm interested to see if they will how they're gonna tackle those things.
So, do you guys have like a favorite character? Some from who we've seen so far, or
Zog?
Probably Grog, like I said.
Yeah.
But if not Grog, Vex.
Okay. What about you, Strange?
Definitely like Percival. I don't know. Again, just like his design, his class. I can't remember. Was his class, they specifically design it for this campaign, or was that the next one?
Whose?
Percy's.
Percy's? Oh,
Gunslinger.
I can't remember if it was a homebrew thing or if it was a recent addition to a D&D module.
Yes,
but
I can't remember.
It was definitely one of those. When it first came out, it was a new thing, so they were working out the bugs for it.
Yeah. So, my two favorite characters are probably Vax and probably Keyleth. I would say if I had, I really enjoy those two. And then
Vax or Vex?
Vax, the road. Yeah. So Vax and Keyleth. Yeah, probably Vax over Keyleth. But I really like Keyleth's character. I like her abilities too. Her powers are super dope. I have such.
She's a nice little ball of sunshine when she's not making a ball of sunshine.
I have such a bad feeling because of Vex's throwaway line about vines having thorns. And I'm like, Jesus. I'm just waiting for something to happen.
She turned into a tiger, so she got some thorns and
also
claws.
Let her talk to the tree. She needs to talk to the tree. That tree.
Well, that's gonna be the Deus Ex Machina that wins the day. Is her talking to the tree, and the tree is gonna be like, "What up, doe?" She's like, "Sunshine." I'm calling that. If that happens,
probably.
I don't know what I want, but I want something.
I imagine everyone's getting their asses kicked and everything, and she talks to the tree, gives it some sunlight, and then the tree's just like, "Is that a fucking necromancer? Not in my land," and just comes back to life.
Like, what?
This land is my land. This land is yours.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So, did you guys have any standout favorite moments of the 6 episodes that we saw? I feel like the final fight between not the Cromwells. Why do I want to call them Cromwells?
Because they witches.
Yeah. So whoever is up in Whitestone and Vox Machina.
The Briarwoods.
Yeah, the Briarwoods. Mm-hmm. I feel like the Briarwoods, their downfall, which may or may not happen, I don't know. That'll be my favorite moment. But until that happens, because fuck the Briarwoods, honestly. But until that happens, probably gotta say my favorite moment is probably them fighting the dragon? No.
I
don't
thought
know.
It'd be the lock picking.
Yeah, I don't know.
I honestly don't know yet. The time, the whole picking the lock for the back door.
Yeah,
that is great, and I did enjoy that more than anything else. But honestly, if I had to pick a favorite moment so far for 6 episodes, it would be the fight that they had at the end of episode 3 with the Briarwoods.
Yeah, that was pretty cool though.
Yeah, that was dope.
I also love how Grog called back to earlier in the episode him playing ball tag was literally just trying to smack Silas
he
Breyer
said ball tag.
the ball.
Wait a minute.
And it just does nothing to a vampire.
Yeah. Yeah. But so what about you, Strange? What's your favorite moment?
Gosh. Like I said, I did like that near the end of episode 4 with the wraiths, or I don't know what they're called, but the wraiths and the whole just like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is actually scary, and I'm kind of freaking out. I'm like, hope these characters are okay.
You know, that was scary. Like when they were dragging them to the wall on some like freaking,
oh, like, this is messed up. That was probably one of my favorite moments, or literally just Grog splitting the dragon's head in half. That was great.
I would like to ride.
No, I love that moment. That was pretty great. It was pretty fire. So yeah, like it's pretty good. Definitely recommend Vox Machina. To anybody out there who's looking for listen to this whole podcast, so you might as well, right? But anybody out there who's thinking like, oh man, I need something to watch, because Demon Slayer's coming to an end. I'm not sure how many episodes we got on this season of Attack on Titan left, because I didn't check. But you will probably have some downtime, like there are other things out there in America on Amazon that you can watch. So definitely go and check out Vox Machina. Any final thoughts from you boys about Vox Machina?
I look forward to any other stuff they come up with, and even if they don't, maybe I'll try to actually sit down and listen or watch some of the Critical Role campaign stuff. It's so long, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look up if there's a season 2 and when it comes out, because if it's gonna be a while, I'm definitely jumping on the videos they have of the campaign, the recorded streams.
Their campaign 3, I think they just did the 12th.
Man.
Yeah, they just did the 12th episode, so if you want to catch up, not too far behind.
Catch up to their current stuff with the 3rd campaign.
Yeah.
But they also have some stuff that ties in, so I might have to watch the 2nd one too, because they do have a stream where it's Vox Machina versus the Mighty Nine, which is campaign 1 versus campaign 2.
Oh, that's so fun! Oh no!
Look out for that, OVA.
All I know is that I read too far in the wiki, and I spoiled myself on something that really makes me upset.
You only do it to yourself. I don't know why. You do!
Strange, I'm telling you who dies after this podcast is over. Yeah, you only do it to yourself. But yeah, if you want to come back and do this to yourself again, you can definitely check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, everywhere else where podcasts are heard, and on YouTube, where you might or might not be watching this, all at Content Breaker. And that is capital C, no space, Strange, B, capital as well. I know you can find me at Twitter, at StaticDreads_. Where can they find you, Strange?
They can find me on YouTube. Look up Strangely Entertaining, and I'll probably be there, maybe. And then I also stream on Tuesdays or Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central Time.
Thursdays.
And also look for me on Twitch. That's at StrangelyInt.
Cool. So, Zog, what are we doing next week?
Yeah. Let me pull up the calendar here. Let me see here. Mike Tyson. What? Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Yes.
So you guys are doing Mike Tyson next week. My last podcast.
What the
fuck? Yeah. Cool. Well, I hope Kelz enjoys his solo podcast next week. We're dipping out. Yeah, I will see you guys for the next podcast that I want to do here on Content Breaker.